Let's make your Blade busted. Blade is a soup tank, soup damage dealer that's changing the meta, but most players are still having issues with how to optimize his gameplay. So let's go over his skills, traces, icons, and make him do some disgusting damage. Before diving into how to build Blade, let's first explore his kit. His skill, Hellscape, allows Blade to turn his basic attack into an enhanced basic attack. However, it will cost 30% of his max HP. If Blade doesn't have enough HP, don't worry, you won't die, but he will remain with only 1 HP. Using his skill won't consume your turn and will improve your basic attack for the next 3 turns. Now let's talk about his basic attack since it ties into your skill. In its normal form, it is just like any other character, but once it becomes the enhanced basic attack, it begins to consume 10% of his max HP with each attack. Additionally, it changes from a single target to a blast attack that scales the damage based on Blade's max HP. One important detail is that while his enhanced form is active, his basic attack won't generate skill points, so be careful with your planning. His ultimate, Death Sentence, is a blast attack, dealing massive damage to a single target and splash damage to adjacent ones. Upon using it, it automatically sets Blade's HP to 50% of his max HP. The most important aspect is that his ultimate scales with his attack, max HP, and the total HP lost during this battle. But the total HP lost is reset every time that the ultimate is cast. You may have noticed that consuming Blade's HP will be a constant factor, both to deal more damage and to cast his skills. Naturally, to make it safer, you need a good healer, but you also have another option, his talent. Every time Blade takes damage or consumes his HP, he gains 1 stack of charge. When he reaches 5 stacks of charge, he performs a follow-up attack in area, but he also recovers 25% of his max HP. Although the recovery may seem small, as you'll be investing heavily in his HP, this heal will become crucial for his survivability. When we look at his traces, in addition to a lot of HP and crit rate, we have the following bonus abilities. Vita Infinita increases incoming healing by 20% whenever Blade's HP is below 50%. Never Ending Deaths boosts Blade's sustain by restoring 5% of his max HP plus 100 every time he attacks an enemy with weakness broken after using his enhanced basic attack. And Cyclone of Destruction that increases the damage of his follow-up attack by 20%. Now that you understand more about Blade's gameplay, let's consider what should be your priority. The main focus of his kit will be his skill and basic attack, so let's start with those. After that, you can prioritize his ultimate, which will deal a tremendous damage, and finally his talent. Although his talent is crucial for his kit, unfortunately it doesn't scale the sustain, so it doesn't need to be as high of a priority. Before diving straight into the relics, it is interesting to understand what we are looking to get with them. Since Blade's a damage dealer, we need to prioritize crit rate and crit damage, because they are going to improve our damage exponentially. After that, HP, which will be extremely important to scale his kit. And finally, attack percentage. When assembling your relics, you look for crit rate or crit damage on the body piece, HP on the boots, wind damage on the planar sphere, and HP on the link rope. Relic building for Blades is a lot of fun. It has so many possibilities. You can go for the more basic and standard relic sets like Eagle of Twilight Line to increase your wind damage, or Musketeer of Wild Wheat to improve your attack, while even Guard of Wuthering Snow for more survivability. But in addition to these sets, there is the new Longevous Disciple, which is the perfect relic set for him, offering more max HP and crit rate. But not only the relic sets have so many options. Between the ornaments, we can also create so many builds. For example, we can use Space Healing Station to increase attack, or Fleet of the Ageless to increase your max HP and attack. But the best options are Inert Salsodo and Rutulent Arena that increases crit rate and damage. Between these two, the best option is Rutulent Arena, but it requires a lot of crit rate to increase your basic attack and skill damage. So in most cases, Inert Salsodo will be the right ornament to use. Among the destruction's light cones, we have several good options. Between the 4-star light cones, your two best options are a secret vow and nowhere to run. Nowhere to run increases your attack, and upon defeating an opponent, recovers a portion of your health. This is quite interesting if you need more sustain for Blade. However, it is a light cone that can only be obtained from the battle pass. But don't worry, there is a better 4-star light cone. A secret vow is fantastic for Blade. It increases your damage by 20% and an additional 20% whenever your percentage of HP is lower than your opponent's. A secret vow pairs perfectly with Blade, who will be constantly losing health and triggering the second increase in damage. A secret vow can even be better than the 4-star light cone on the Fall of the Aeon. However, if you're looking for a free-to-play option, on the Fall of the Aeon is available in the HUUUGE store. The light cone provides an increase in attack whenever you perform an attack and is stackable, and when you perform a weakness break, it increases your damage. Lastly, it is evident that the unreachable side, the light cone made for Blade, will be the best option for him to melt your enemies. The unreachable side offers a lot of crit rate and an increase in max HP, but on top of that, if you're attacked or consume your health, it increases your damage. Blade doesn't have a bad Eidolon. All of them make him even more monstrous. For E1, Blade's ultimate deals an additional single target damage, equivalent to 150% of his lost HP. In E2, whenever you have your enhanced basic attack, you receive 15% crit rate. In E3 and E5, you increase your trace levels. For E4, whenever you have less than 50% of your max HP, you increase your max HP by 20%. This is undoubtedly the most powerful one, as it boosts both your survivability and your damage, as everything scales with HP, and it can be even better as it stacks up to 2 times. To top it off, in E6 you reduce the max number of charge stacks to 4. This increases the number of follow-up attacks you use, but also allows you to receive your healing earlier. Additionally, it increases the damage of your follow-up attack based on your max HP. Although Blade's gameplay format is quite new, setting up compositions around him is super simple. Having a good healer is not required, but it's going to make your life way easier. Natasha and Bailu works great, but if you have Locha, this will be the perfect combo, as Locha allows you to create fields and receives healing based on the damage of your team. This allows Blade to be constantly recovering after expanding his health. You might be thinking that shielders might be a good option. Well, no. In order for Blade to use his follow-up attack and heal himself, he needs to receive damage. So it is important that you don't have other characters that can take Blade's aggro. The second piece in the composition is a good support. Lucky for us, we can get Yukong for free, and she fits perfectly with Blade, offering more damage, crit rate, and crit damage. You might be thinking that Tingyun and Asta can be good options, but again, it's not quite like that. The buffs are focused on attack, and as Blade scales with his max HP, they won't have as much effect on him. Your other options would be to weaken your enemies, so Pela or Silverwolf can fill this role. With the base of your team set, you still have one more slot. You can use it to add another support to the buffer like Welt or a damage dealer. In my case, I like to use another damage dealer, but this one focuses on single target damage like Zilla or Sushan. That's it. How has been your experience with Blade? Leave in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe to receive the next guide. Thank you and see you next time.
It's that time again to get busy with it. Best go find your friends and get jiggy with it.